Bitcoin is going to get accepted everywhere. It's going to become the global money, the money that you can purchase everything with. That's at least what videos like this suggest.
You take Bitcoin? Yeah. Cool. A little juice bar here in Thailand takes Bitcoin. That's amazing. Yeah, wow. That's really cool. I'm going for the purple.
I have my doubts that things will play out this way. And if you look at on-chain analytics, this also seems to get confirmed. Bitcoin can only become a real currency if the transaction fees are really low. And this only works with the Lightning Network. And yes, we do see companies integrating with Lightning. Binance has just done so. The number of Lightning nodes also tended to go up. It's somewhat stalling now since October of 2021. The Bitcoin Lightning capacity crashed quite a bit recently. So this was the initial idea of Satoshi Nakamoto, right? That Bitcoin is an e-cash, an electronic cash. But doing this all directly on-chain is of course too expensive for the small purchases. Doing it off-chain via the Lightning Network is pretty hard to implement though. And so what in actuality we are seeing is that Bitcoin, due to its low inflation, rather becomes a money to store wealth in. It becomes a substitute to gold. It's easier to transport than gold. It's easier to store than gold. And I don't see a future where products suddenly get priced in Bitcoin or in gold. Look at the following chart. This is the 1 year hodl wave. This shows, of course, the long-term Bitcoin price. That's in black. But what we're really interested in is the orange line. And the orange line refers here to the left scale. What percent of Bitcoin did not move in the last year? And see how over time this tends to creep up. We are pretty close to an all-time high here with currently 68.64% of Bitcoin that haven't moved in the last year. In other words, the on-chain metrics also suggest that people simply just store their money in Bitcoin. And that does make sense, right? Bitcoin inflates less, Bitcoin is very decentralized. And when there is a partial crash of like 50, 60, 70%, which sometimes happens in Bitcoin, then people simply just continue to dollar cost average in and take advantage of those crashes. Now, why do those crashes happen in the first place? It's because of that high percentage of Bitcoin that don't move. So Bitcoin isn't that liquid. And the less liquidity there is on centralized and decentralized exchanges, the more a single purchase or sale moves the price, relatively speaking. So the price can go down by 50%, but it might only be 10% of Bitcoin that has actually moved. The number of long-term holders, though, increases with time. So it does make sense to buy up those bottoms. This is what I personally do regularly whenever we do see a crash. Bitcoin doesn't have to be accepted everywhere for a fruit juice in Thailand somewhere in order to be a success. Bitcoin is successful when the number of its long-term holders grows over time. And that's clearly what we can see in the data. Feel free to give this a like to help spread the word. And if you haven't joined our Telegram yet, now is the time to do so. Simply search for Bitcoin Strategy channel within the Telegram app. See you next time. Bye bye.